Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bomber Field for today's District 6, baseball quarterfinal matchup between the number 5 seeded Lewis and Clark Tigers out of the Greater Spokane League and the number 4 Richland Bombers out of the MCC. Today's quarterfinal matchup on a beautiful Saturday here at Bomber Field, 75 degrees on the mercury to begin our day. Starting this game off at 11 o'clock in the morning, the earliest start time across the board, I should say tied for the earliest. We'll give you some scores and stats from around the MCC and the GSL and the 3A and 4A ranks of the District 6 tournament. But for today's game, we have our umpires ready to go and exchanging lineups at home plate with the two managers. So we'll give you our lineups here really quick. Grant Richardson, he is on the left, graduate of Richland High School class of 2001, in his 12th season at the helm of the Richland Bombers, a 196-90 record, and the 2018 and 2024 4A state champions. He is assisted by Charlie Moody, Jason Martinez, and Nate Ruane, all Richland graduates. Richland Bombers entered today's game with a 14-5 overall record, 13-3 in the MCC, good for second place in the MCC behind the Kamaikan Braves, who finished at 15-1 on the season. They host the Meade Panthers out at LaPierre Field today at 1 o'clock. The number 3 seed out of the MCC, the Hanford Falcons, overall number 6 in the District 6 tournament. They travel to Ferris to battle the Saxons at 1 p.m., and the Cheatawan Riverhawks go up to the Spokane Valley to face the Gonzaga Prep Bullpups at 1 o'clock as well. On the right, Chris Bozo at the helm of the Lewis and Clark Tigers. Lewis and Clark finished 8th in the GSL, one game behind the Ferris Saxons for the number 3 seed out of the GSL and the number 5 overall seed here in this District 6 tournament. We'll give you lineups and give you some keys to the game coming up after the national anthem here from Bomber Field.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Back to Bomber Field as the Richland Bombers in their pregame huddle. They will take the field.
Taking the field for your Richland Bombers around the outfield. In left field, number 24, Jacob Brannon. The center fielder for the Bombers,
take
number
you
6,
around the
Caden
diamond
Castro.
And show you who is playing where
Right
for your
field,
Richland
number 12,
Bombers defensively.
Mackey. Around the infield for Richland. At third base, Jackson Woodard.
In left field will be Jacob Brannon. In center field, Caden Castro. Colson Mackey. In right, Jackson Woodard playing third base. Carter Upmeyer at short. Dylan Parrott at second base.
And taking the mound, Number 21,
Michael Ravel
Braylon Edwards.
at first base, and behind the dish
For
will be
the
Hayden
Louis
Galloway.
Tigers, leading off and playing shortstop. Brody
On the mound
Bugbee.
today
Batting second and playing third, KJ Kincaid.
will be
Batting
Braylon
third,
Edwards.
the center
Braylon
fielder,
Edwards, the
Kyle
junior,
Wilkinson.
37 innings pitched, the most
Batting
innings
cleanup,
pitched on this
the first
Richland Bomber
baseman,
squad
Landon
this season.
Keverly.
29
Batting
hits,
the five
17
spot,
runs.
left
13 of
fielder,
those have been
Charlie
earned,
Walton.
14
Batting
walks, a
sixth,
2.46
Garrett Bozo, the
ERA,
catcher. Batting seventh,
and
the right
38
fielder,
punch-outs.
Dylan Lopez. Batting eighth, Gunnar Holloway, the DH, and batting ninth, the second baseman.
Give you the lineup for the Lewis and Clark Tigers. Leading off will be Brody Bugbee. He'll play short. KJ Kincaid will play third. He'll bat second. Kyle Wilkinson will play center. He'll bat third. Number 20, Landon Keverly will play first. He'll bat in the cleanup spot. Charlie Walden will play left. He'll bat fifth. Garrett Bozo behind the dish. He'll bat sixth. Dylan Lopez bats seventh. He'll play right. Gunnar Holloway will designated hit for the pitcher and will bat in the 8th spot. And Austin Talley will play second, and he will round out the starting lineup for the Lewis and Clark Tigers.
For the Tigers, the shortstop, number 1, Brody Bugbee.
Brody Bugbee leads things off for the Lewis and Clark Tigers. Playing their second game in as many years. Actually, they skipped last year. They played the first round, their quarterfinal game of the District 8 tournament here at Bomber Field in 2023. Fouled off into the netting. If you're a little confused by today and you've been watching all season, Braylon Edwards is indeed wearing the number 21 today, not his usual number 4. So Braylon Edwards is number 21. Pitch outside in the dirt to Hayden Galloway for a 1-2 count. Now one hit to the right side and through to right field for a leadoff single. So Brody Bugbee leads things off for the Lewis and Clark Tigers with a leadoff single. Bugbee batting .213 on the season.
The third baseman, number 9, KJ Kincaid.
Brings up KJ Kincaid, a 300 hitter. Strike one taken by Kincaid. Bugbee 8 stolen bases on the year. Healthy lead at first, not going. KJ Kincaid swings through strike 2. 18 of 60 is Kincaid on the season. And swings through that one for strike 3. So one down here for the Tigers here in the top of the first. 39 strikeouts now on the season for Braylon Edwards. Kyle Wilkinson now at bat for the Tigers. Wilkinson was the starter here in 2023. He faced off against Troy Molna off the 2023 Bomber squad. We got to the regional final or the state quarterfinal, however you want to slice that. Bombers winning that game by a score of 13-3 in 5 innings. Pickoff attempt over to first, just a little bit too late. Battery for the Tigers was Wilkinson and Bozo. Bozo will be catching today. Wilkinson will be playing center field. So both of those sophomores getting some early varsity playoff experience back in 2023 and hoping to finish their baseball campaigns on a higher note as seniors. Pitch just outside for ball 1. outside for ball 2 and popping out of the glove of Hayden Galloway. May 6th, 2023. 2 years and 4 days away from that last matchup between the Tigers and the Bombers on the baseball field. And there for strike 2. Tigers and the Bombers have played 3 times on the hardwood. The boys playing twice in 2024 and once in 2025 in district play, all at Art Daywall Gymnasium. Runner goes. That's fouled away by Wilkinson, though. And Bugby will head back to first.
Kyle, stay with it. Lead it all now, bud.
During the regular season, Braylon Edwards ranked 5th in the conference. 37 innings pitched on the year. 2.46 ERA, that was good for 6th overall, and a 1.16 whip. 3rd overall in the conference behind Tommy Lamb and Samuel Crowder. And that swung through for strike 3 and the second strikeout of the inning for Braylon Edwards.
At bat, the first baseman, number 20, Landon Keberly.
Keberly now digging in for Lewis and Clark. Keberly 364, 11 and 58 on the year. Runner goes. Strike called, and the throw is just a little off to the right and a little bit late. So Bugby, with his 9th stolen bag of the year, comes here with 2 outs in the top half of the first. That one hit towards the right side, just outside the glove of Michael Ravel. Colson Mackey throws and fires home, and Bugby will be safe at home. And the Tigers score first here in the top half of the first with an RBI single from Landon Keberly.
At bat, the left fielder, number 3, Charlie Walden.
So 2 C&I singles here between Parrott and Ravel. Give the Tigers a 1-run lead. Walden now up to bat for the Tigers. One fouled away to the left side for strike 1.
Hi, Charlie.
Inside ball, 2 balls and 1 strike now on Walden. Walden 354, 17 of 48, 6 RBI and 11 runs scored. Just clips the outside of the zone to even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And for Keberly, his only his 5th RBI of the season to give the Tigers the lead. 2-2. Out of the way, and we'll see a brand new 2-2 count here to Walden. Breaking ball tries to get Walden to chase, but Walden holds off, and the count runs full. Keberly will be taking off the 3-2 pitch here from Edwards. Swung through, strike 3. Braylon Edwards gets all 3 strikes. There's all 3 outs via strikeout to end the inning. And it is 1-0 Lewis and Clark as we head to the bottom. Due up for the Richland Bombers will be Parrott, Upmeyer, and Galloway when we come back here on Atomic TV. Welcome back to Bomber Field. We head to the bottom half of the first. Heading leading things off for the Richland Bombers will be Dylan Parrott, as he has done the majority of this season. Give you the lineup for the Richland Bombers: Parrott, Upmeyer, Galloway, Ravel, Brandon, Castro, Edwards, Woodard, and Mackey. On the mound for the Lewis and Clark Tigers is Alex King, the junior. 17 innings pitched this season, 19 hits, 15 runs. 8 of those have been earned, 4 walks, a 3.92 ERA, and 12 strikeouts on the year. First batter he will face will be Dylan Parrott.
Leading off the bottom of the first for the Bombers, number 23, the second baseman, Dylan Parrott.
Parrott, 321 hitter this season, played second base all season long. 16 walks and 24 runs scored in this 2025 season. Strike one. A looping breaking ball in the outside corner. Cutter doesn't cut back into the zone for ball one. 1-1 to count here on Parrott. Parrott this season led the league in walks. With 16, that was one more than Dane Chavez and Nick Wade of the Lions and the Suns, respectively. 1-2 to Parrott, high and inside for ball 2. Told you about the 4A matchups: Meade and Kamaikan, Hanford and Ferris, Chiawana and G-Prep. Those all getting underway at 1 o'clock. In the 3A ranks, Ridgeline takes on Central Valley. Parrott hits that one to the third baseman. That's Kincaid. Throw over to first. Not in time. And leadoff infield single from Dylan Parrott gets the offense going for the Bombers.
At bat, the shortstop, number 3, Carter Upmeyer.
Senior shortstop Upmeyer digs in for the Bombers. 433 this season. Runner at first, Dylan Parrott. 12 stolen bases. Doesn't go there. Looping breaking ball, not in the zone, and Parrott in safely at second. The catcher Bozo, that's his 32nd stolen base surrendered. He's only caught 7 stealing this season. And Carter bunts, fouls it off into the netting. Parrott was going to take third, but he will go back to second. As I was saying, Ridgeline at Central Valley, that starts at 12 o'clock. University plays Southridge over in South Kennewick at 2:30. Walla Walla takes on Mount Spokane in Spokane at 1 o'clock. And Shadle Park in Kennewick getting underway at Rory Johnson Field here at the same time as this one began at 11 o'clock. Upmeyer swings through that one for strike 2.
Good. Here we go.
1-2. Upmeyer connects and lifts it to right field. Under is Lopez. He makes the catch, and Parrott does not go to third, so 1 out on the fly out from Upmeyer.
At bat, the catcher, number 5, Hayden Galloway.
Galloway up for the Bombers. Hayden Galloway, the hitting champ in the MCC, a .481 average this season. 30 RBI, also led the MCC, and 12 runs scored. And he wears that one on the left upper arm. And there'll be 2 runners on here with only 1 down.
First baseman, number 26, Michael Ravel.
We'll get a courtesy runner at first base. Be number 10, Bennett Clark.
Bennett Clark, the courtesy runner at first.
Galloway will put on his catcher's gear, prepare for the top of the second. Michael Ravel stepping in for the Bombers. .345 this season, 22 RBI, 13 runs scored. Runner goes, Parrott tries to steal third and is in there with plenty of time. The runners each advance 90 feet. So Parrott now with 14 stolen bases of the Bombers' total 48. And there's 2 runners in scoring position for Ravel. Ball outside, 3-0 count here on Ravel. Ravel 4th overall this season in the MCC with RBIs, with 22 total. And he takes 4 balls from King. And the bases are loaded full of Bombers.
At bat, the left fielder, 24, Jacob Brannon.
So Parrott at third, Clark at second, Ravel at first, and Brannon in the box for the Bombers. Ball's caught outside the zone, but clipped enough of it for strike 1. Brannon .375 this season, 14 RBI, 16 runs scored. He's played left field for the majority of the season. Ball's lifted to left center field. Going to get it is Wilkinson. He'll make the catch, but Parrott will take home on the sacrifice fly to even this game up at 1.
At bat, the center fielder, number 6, Caden Castro.
Back to a tie ball game. Brings up Caden Castro for the Bombers. .333 hitter, and Castro lifts it to center. It will be caught by Wilkinson for out number 3. So 1 run on 1 hit, and the bases, 2 Bombers left on the base paths for the first inning. We'll get ahead to the top half of the second, all knotted at 1. Top half of the second inning here from Bomber Field. Garrett Bozo leading things off for the Tigers.
Leading off the top of the second for the Tigers, the catcher, number 8, Garrett Bozo.
Strike one here to Bozo. Again, if you weren't here in the top half of the first, Bozo was the catcher back in 2023 when the Tigers came down to Richland to face the Bombers. Making his second appearance here at Bomber Field as a senior. That's it towards Upmeyer at first, gathers and throws to first, or out number 1. It's Upmeyer at shortstop, excuse me.
At bat, the right fielder, number 7, Dylan Lopez.
Brings up Dylan Lopez for the Tigers. 167 on the year for the junior. Ball's in the dirt for ball 1. Score update from Roy Johnson Field going into the top half of the second inning. Kennewick leading the Shada Park Highlanders by a score of 3-0. Trace Teagle on the mound for the Lions. Had a spectacular conference. Was spectacular in conference play for the Lions. 7 wins on the year for the Black and Orange. Maintain a 1.90 ERA. 4 balls given to Lopez, and Lopez will be on at first with 1 down.
At bat, the DH number 18, Gunnar Holloway.
Gunnar Holloway now in the box for the Tigers. 261 on the season. Check swing, leaves that ball high for ball 1. Lopez, no stolen bases recorded this season. He sits at first, and Holloway sits with a 1-1 count. Holloway fouls that one off into the Framers Stadium complex. Laying off that outside pitch, 2-2 here on Holloway, the junior. Now one right back up to Edwards off of his glove. Edwards going to make the throw to first, just a little bit late. And runners are on first and second here for the Tigers off of the hot shot
the second
off
baseman,
of Edwards'
number 6,
glove.
Austin Talley.
Tough play to make there for Braylon. Runners at first and second here for Edwards. Austin Talley up for the Tigers, 162 hitter here in 2025. Now one hit right back up the middle, and that will go to the center fielder Castro, and he'll get it into the infield quick enough to prevent a run from scoring. Bases loaded now, full of Tigers.
At bat, the shortstop,
Only
number 1
out.
Brody Bugby.
And the top of the lineup, back up to the plate, and Brody Bugby. Bugby led off the game last inning with a single to right. He's got bases loaded here. Only 1 down. A lot of conference between Galloway and Edwards. Tigers average 7 hits a game, averaging 4 runs per game, 253 average as a team, 21 extra base hits. The ball over the head of Bugby. Ball 1. Bugby fouls that one off to even the count up, put the ball on a strike. Strikes here on Bugby. Edwards from the stretch. Fastball doesn't cut back into the zone, evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball lifted to center field. Going back to get it is Castro, and he'll make the catch. Coming home from third will be Lopez. And the Tigers reclaim the lead.
At bat, the third baseman, number 9, KJ Kincaid.
So Bugby now 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored and an RBI on the sac fly to center. Kincaid now up with runners at first and second and 2 down. Kincaid struck out his first time up. That one fouled into the netting. Delivered to Kincaid. Kincaid struck out swinging his first time up. Edwards looking to repeat it here in the second. And off to the right-hand side, gathered by Ravel, and he'll step on the bag for out number 3. 1 run for the Tigers on 2 hits. They reclaim the lead 2-1 as we go to the bottom half of the second inning here from Bomber Field. back to Bomber Field. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. 2-1 the score.
Leading off for
In favor of the
Richland in
Tigers.
the bottom of the second, the pitcher, number 21, Braylon Edwards.
Due up, leading off the inning, Braylon Edwards. Strike one from Alex King. Edwards, 318 hitter this season. That's that one towards the shortstop, Bugby. Bugby gathers and throws over to first, just in time to get out number one.
At bat, the third baseman, number 2, Jackson Woodard.
One down here for the Bombers. In the bottom half of the second, Jackson Woodard to the plate. Woodard, a 250 hitter. Controlled the hot corner for the Bombers all season long. Woodard gets a hold of that one, high and deep to left field. That'll be just off the glove of Walden in left. And Woodard will take second on the error from Walden.
At bat, the right fielder, number 12, Colson Mackey.
Bombers catching a break off the glove of Walden, and Woodard now in scoring position for Colson Mackey. Laid down by Mackey. King will gather and throws Mackey out at first, but pops out of the glove of Peterly, and Woodard will come around to score. So 2 straight errors from the Tigers, evens the score up at 2.
At bat, the second baseman, 23, Dylan Parrott.
So run comes across for the Bombers, evens the game up at 2, and the top of the lineup in the form of Dylan Parrott up for the Bombers. Runner goes, Mackey takes second, and he'll be safe. Mackey's third stolen bag. So runner now in scoring position for Parrott with one down. Mackey now caught between second and third, but uses his speed to get out of trouble and take third base. Mackey caught in the secondary leadoff position, but took off for third and got under the tag. Now Mackey sits at third for Dylan Parrott. Talking about those 2 straight errors from Lewis and Clark, their 46th error of the season. Came into the game with 44. The count here on Parrott. That's inside for ball 4. Parrott's 17th walk of the
And
year.
at the shortstop, number 3, Carter Upmeyer.
Pettit at first, Mackey at third, Upmeyer at the dish. King steps off and gets Parrott to go back to first. Pretty sure everybody in the ballpark had the same idea that Parrott would be taking off. Let's see what the first and third chess game results in. Bunt shown by Upmeyer, can't get it down, but the ball's in the dirt. And Parrott takes second. So 1-0 count here to Upmeyer. Doesn't need to bunt anybody over. He'll try to drive in his 15th and 16th RBI of the season. Infield in for the Tigers. Upmeyer puts that to left center field. Dropping in front of Wilkinson for a base hit. Scoring is Mackey, and safe at third is Parrott. And the Bombers take a 3-2 lead. Runners at first and second, and Galloway now up for the Bombers. We'll have a mound visit. Only one down. During this intermission, yesterday, the Lady Bombers over at Columbia Playfields defeating the Kamaikan Braves by a score of 3-2 on a walk-off single by Emily Moore in the District 6 semifinal. And they will play the Chihuahua Riverhawks for the District 6 championship on Tuesday at Bomber Field at 5 o'clock. Catch that game right here on Atomic TV. And later today, the Bomber Boys soccer team plays the Pasco Bulldogs in the District 6 semifinal over at Bomber Field. Kickoff at 1 o'clock right here on Atomic TV. Bombers taking the regular season from the Pasco Bulldogs, a perfect conference schedule, and winning the 2025 conference championship. Galloway right back up the middle, just over the second baseman tally. One run scores in Parrott, and the other one will come in Upmeyer. And just like that, it is 5-2 Richland.
At bat, the first baseman, number 26, Michael Ravel.
Clark will come in to run.
Bennett Clark Galloway first.
Galloway drives in his 31st and 32nd RBI. Still one down here in the bottom of the second. Bell first pitch swinging. King throws it over the glove of Bugby. Had to jump and prevent it from going into center. Bugby couldn't make the tag, so the fielder's choice.
Jacob Brannon.
Have both runners reach. Jake Brannon up to the plate. First pitch ball to Jake Brannon. King now sitting at 33 pitches through 1 1/3 innings of work. Jacob Brannon puts that to Bugby. Bugby goes all the way to first to try to get Brannon, and the tag is applied. We're out number 2, but that moves both the runners over.
At bat, the center fielder, number 6, Caden Castro.
Caden Castro will now dig in.
Make an adjustment with this, right? Okay.
Castro 0 for 1 today. Has 2 runners in scoring position here in the second. Ball finds the zone on the inside part of the plate. 1-1 the count here on Castro. Castro wanted that one high in the zone, swung underneath it, 2 strikes. Here on the Bomber center fielder. Castro hits out to the right side, glove by Keebley, flips over to King, and King just stepped on the bag in time to get Castro at first. So the Bombers put 4 across, reclaim the lead 5-2.
Once again, fans, don't forget to pick up your Mother's Day flower baskets and support Bomber Baseball. We'll hold them for you until the end of the game.
Better be calm with no strings. We need some really nice things. We need some really big rings. I got a really big team, man. What a time to be alive. You and yours versus me and mine.
Back here, Bomber
Leading off
field,
the
top half of the
for
third.
the Tigers, the center fielder, number 12, Kyle Wilkinson.
Wilkinson leading things off for the Tigers. Wilkinson 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Goes ahead of Edwards. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wilkinson pops that one up to the right side of the infield. Coming over from the left side is Upmeyer. He'll make the catch for out number 1.
At bat, the first baseman, number 20, Landon Caberly.
Caberly now up for his 2nd time today. 1 for 1 today with an RBI. Lewis and Clark, latter half of the season, was in position to take the number 2 seed from the 4A ranks of the GSL. They dropped their final 2 games to Mount Spokane, and Ferris won their final 2 games against Shadle Park. And Ferris swept LC. That's one gathered by Woodard. Throwing over to first. Dug up by Ravel for out number 2.
At bat, the left fielder, number 3, Charlie Walden.
So the Tigers getting the number 3 seed out of the GSL. Ferris getting the number 2. Pitch inside for ball 1 here on Walden. Walden also 0 for 1 today with a strikeout against Edwards. Right back up the middle. Edwards over the glove. Upmeyer gathers over the second base bag, and throws out Walden for out number 3. A great play there by Upmeyer as he had to battle the second base bag to make the play. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers. Due up for the Bombers. Edwards, Woodard, and Mackey when we come back. Welcome back here to Bomber Field. We go to the bottom half of the third inning, and we have a new pitcher for the Lewis and Clark Tigers. Carter Olson will take the mound. He takes over for Alexander King. King exits the game, 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. 38 pitches, 21 strikes. Carter Olson, 24 innings pitched, 38 hits, 34 runs, 20 earned, 23 walks on the season, a 5.83 ERA, and 23 strikeouts.
Leading off for the Bombers in the bottom of the third, the pitcher, number 21, Braylon Edwards.
Edwards leading things off for the Bombers. He'll face Olson first. And Olson, 5th in the GSL in strikeouts this season with 29. His teammate Kyle Wilkinson, the center fielder in today's game, with 36. That is good for first in the GSL. Put right over the first baseman's head and shallow right for a leadoff single. Edwards helping his own cause and gets on board first here for the Bombers.
At bat, the third baseman, number 2, Jackson Woodard.
We'll get a courtesy runner here for Edwards. It will be Drayson Elfring. Elfring has been courtesy running the majority of the season, mainly for Hayden Galloway. Right here for Braylon Edwards. Bunt shown by Jackson. Elfring back safely at first. A 1-0 count here on Jackson Woodard. Bunt shown again, right down the first base line from Jackson. Will it make a first base single? It will. Jackson Woodard with a bunt single down the first base line.
And got the right fielder, number
Beautiful
12,
piece of bunting
Colson
exhibited
Mackey.
there by Woodard as he gets on base. Down the first base line. Now 2 runners on, no outs here for Colson Mackey. Bunt shown by Mackey, takes it for strike 1. A bunt laying down the third base line by Mackey. Olson throws the first, not in time. And the bases are loaded full of Bombers after 2 straight bunt singles.
At bat, the second baseman, 23, Dylan Parrott.
Old school Bomber baseball being exhibited here in today's game. 2 straight bunt singles, bases loaded, nobody out here for the top of the lineup in Dylan Parrott. Parrott takes ball 1 above the zone. Parrott 1 for 1 with a walk today and scored both times he's been on base. One high in the zone as well, and 3 straight balls delivered to Dylan Parrott. 3-0 count. There's nowhere to put him. Strike 1 delivered by Olson. Richardson battles back to get the count full. 3-2 pitch here to Dylan Parrott. Outside. Everybody advances 90, and the Bombers score their 6th run of the game.
At bat, the shortstop, number 3, Carter Upmeyer.
So bases loaded, still nobody out. Parrott recording his 18th walk and his 9th RBI. First pitch strike taken by Upmeyer. Meyer a little late to that one. Fouls out off to the right-hand side. 4 strike 2. Upmeyer recorded his first triple of the season last weekend in Walla Walla. The Bombers' 5th triple on the year. That one hit a little early on the left field side. Will be another 1-2 pitch. Bombers with 45 extra base hits this season. Looking for one here. That one in the dirt and away. Ball 2. Meyer pops that one up to right field. Under it, Lopez. He makes the catch, and Woodard does not try to score. So 1 out. Still bases loaded here for Hayden Galloway.
At bat, the catcher, number 5, Hayden Galloway.
Again, Galloway 481 this season, 1 for 1 today with 2 RBI. 8 doubles, a triple, and a homer. The home run coming last week in Walla Walla. Solo shot over the left field wall. Quickly falls 0-2 here to Olson. Right over the first baseman's head to right field goes the ball off of Galloway's bat. 1 run scores in Woodard. Sliding into home is Mackey, and he'll be thrown out at home on the throw in from the right fielder Lopez. Well, the Bombers score 1 run off of the bat of Galloway and make the game 7-2.
At bat, the first baseman, 26, Michael Ravel.
Courtesy runner coming in for Galloway. That's Bennett Clark at second.
Bennett Clark, the runner at second.
And Ravel digs in with 2 down. A 7-2 ball game. Breaking ball catches the outside part of the zone for strike 1. Close play at the plate there, thrown out by Mackey. That one swung through by Ravel for strike 2. Tag applied just before he got his right arm around to the backside of the plate. And that one hits Ravel on the leg. And the bases will be loaded once again.
And by the left fielder, number 24, Jacob Brannon.
And a quick conference here from one of the field umpires to manager Grant Richardson. Not sure what the subject of that discussion was, but bases loaded here for Jake Brannon. Check swing, ball one here on Jake. Oh for 1 today with a sacrifice fly. And of course, against the starter Alex King. Check swing didn't hold back enough, and strike one called here on Brannon. Two balls and 1 strike. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down here in the bottom half of the third. Bases loaded, full of green and gold. Brannon puts that one right over the shortstop Bugby. 1 run will score in Parrott. The other one will score in Bennett Clark. 2 RBI single here from Jake Brannon to make the score 9-2 Bombers.
At bat, the center fielder, number 6, Caden Castro.
Ball placed just over the outstretched glove of Bugby. Not hit hard, just hit right in the right place for a 2 RBI single. Castro now in the box with 2 down. Bombers have scored 1 in the first, 4 in the second, and 4 so far here in the third. Runner goes. Castro fouls that one off to the left side and in the Bomber dugout for strike 2. And strike 3 looking. Castro goes down for the 3rd out of the inning. For the Bombers, plate 4 and hold a 9-2 lead as we go to the top half of the 4th here from Bomber Field. Top of the 4th inning we go from Bomber Field. Due up for the Lewis and Clark Tigers will be Garrett Bozo.
Lewis and Clark, the catcher, number 8, Garrett Bozo.
Edwards still on the mound for the Bombers, his 4th inning of work. Just through his 53rd pitch. Ozo gets a hold of that one to shallow right. Going back to get it is Parrott, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
At bat, the right fielder, number 7, Dylan Lopez.
Dylan Lopez now digging in for the Tigers. Strike 1 delivered from Edwards. Quickly 0-2 here on Lopez. Score update from Roy Johnson Field. Kennewick up 10-0 now on Shado Park in the bottom half of the 4th. That one outside for ball 1. Winner of that game in Roy Johnson Field will play the winner of Walla Walla and Mount Spokane. Strike 3 called, and the second out sat down by Edwards.
18, Gunnar Holloway.
Holloway up for his 3rd time today. First pitch, foul territory. Makes the catch. It is Galloway for the 3rd out. So quickly down go the Tigers. In the top of the 4th, we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Due up for the Bombers is Edwards, Woodard, and Mackey when we come back here to Bomber Field. Back here at Bomber Field, bottom half of the 4th. Leading things off for the Bombers is Braylon Edwards.
At bat, the pitcher, number 21, Braylon Edwards, leading off the bottom of the 4th.
Edwards getting hold of the first pitch to the right side. And just like he led off the 3rd, he leads off the 4th. The leadoff single to right.
At bat, the 3rd baseman, number 2, Jackson Woodard.
Woodard at the plate now with a bunt single down the first base line last time up. See what he chooses to do this time against Olson. Little bunt, but that fouled away. 4 strike 1. Woodard takes strike 2 and 0-2 count here on Woodard from Olson. It's a little bit away from Olson over Woodard's head for ball 1. Just getting underway out in the Spokane Valley as a battle between Central Valley School District schools, Ridgeline and Central Valley. The number 7 seed and number 2 seed for the 3A ranks respectively. Water lifts that to center field. Wilkinson's hat flies off, but that shouldn't bother him. He makes the catch for out number 1.
At bat, the right fielder, number 12, Colson Mackey.
Colson Mackey now digs in for Richland. He too reached on a bunt single down the third base line. Mackey swinging away this time and fouls that one off for strike 1. GSL as a whole still looking for their first state championship in baseball. Pickoff attempt to first, gets by the first baseman, Keberly, but Edwards not going to second. No state titles in baseball for the GSL. Shadle Park, North Central, Central Valley, and Ferris all finishing a best finish of second. MCC with 14 state championships in the sport of baseball, 6 of those by the Green and Gold. Southridge, Kamaiki, and Hanford with 2, Kennewick and Walla Walla each with 1. That one getting way away from Olson. Edwards taking second, and Mackey trying to protect the runner. Swings through for strike 2. I'm not sure what the play call was there, but at any rate, it's 1-2 count here on Colson. Mackey left center field, drops in, coming around third, and heading home is Edwards. Mackey will go to around second, he'll hit third. He slides in safely with an RBI triple.
At the second baseman, 23, Dylan Parrott.
Mackey's second triple of the year. Scores the 10th run of the ball game. 1 out here for Dylan Parrott. Gets behind the catcher Bozo. Mackey coming home. Nobody covering home, and Mackey will be tagged out by Bozo for the second out of the inning. Mackey responsible for a run and an out in this eventful inning from the senior outfielder. So nobody on here for Parrott with 2 down. Parrott chops out to short. Bugby gathers and throws over to first. Close and safe at first is Dylan Parrott in the infield single.
At bat, the shortstop, number 3, Carter Upmeyer.
So the inning continues. Parrott shows off his speed getting to first, beating the throw by Bugby. Carter Upmeyer now in the box. Upmeyer 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Takes strike 1 from Olson. One fouled away off the shin, it sounded like, of Upmeyer. Parrott goes, but it's fouled away. Parrott will turn to first, and Upmeyer will get another 0-2 pitch. There it goes again. Meyer fouls it away again. The 0-2 again from Olson. Carter up Meyer, right between the third baseman Kincaid and the shortstop Bugby. Here with a 2-out single. Runners at first and second now for Hayden Galloway.
And bat the catcher, number 5, Hayden Galloway.
Galloway takes first pitch ball from Olson. Galloway up the middle to 2 and just over the glove of Talley. Coming around to score is Parrott. He'll plate the 11th run of the game, and trying to get to second is Galloway, but he is thrown out. At second, run does score. And it is 11-2 as a third out is recorded here in the fifth. Or here in the fourth, we go to the fifth inning. Bombers lead by 9. We welcome you back to Bomber Field. We go to top half of the fifth inning. And we'll have a new pitcher on the mound for the Richland Bombers. It'll be number 20, the senior Drew Schock. Takes over for Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards exits the game with 4 innings of work, 4 hits surrendered, 2 runs. Both of them were earned. A walk, 5 strikeouts, 59 pitches, 40 of those were strikes. Puts his strikeout total to 43 this season. So far this season, Drew Schock, 16 in the third innings pitched, 22 hits, 22 runs, 13 of which have been earned, 8 walks, a 5.65 ERA, and 10 strikeouts this season. Austin Talley will be the first Tiger to face Drew Schock. One other defensive change, Tyler Huck in at catcher for Hayden Galloway.
Leading off,
and I don't believe there are any more.
Tigers, number 6, Austin Talley.
So Huck catching Drew Schock. Huck, the sophomore.
Now catching for the Bombers, number 25, Tyler Huck.
Fouled off for strike 2. Tyler Huck caught against the Walla Walla Blue Devils down in Walla Walla last Friday. Put across 5 RBI for Richland. Lifted to center off the bat of Tally. Under it is Castro for out number 1.
At bat, the shortstop, number 1, Brody Bugby.
Top of the lineup for the Tigers. Back at the dish, Brody Bugby, the shortstop. Pitch ball delivered to Bugby. 1-1 today for Bugby. RBI, a sacrifice fly, a stolen base, and a run scored. Bugby right off the glove of Shock, gathering his Parrott. Trouble with the transfer though, and that allows Bugsby to reach first safely. As the infield hit went off of 2 gloves, first off of Shock and then off of Parrott. Parrott couldn't quite dig it out of his glove to make the throw to first. So Kincaid now in the box with Bugby at first. And 1 down. Kincaid early on that Drew Shock offering for strike 1 in foul territory. Back in time is Bugby at first. Looks like he needs a little bit of time. Owen pitched to Kincaid outside. He was counting up at 1. And Kincaid, where's that one? On his back, and the runners will be at first and second. Here with 1 out.
At bat, the center fielder, number 12, Kyle Wilkinson.
Hook out there to talk things over with Drew Shock. Runners at first and second here with 1 out. Wilkinson takes first pitch ball inside. So make sure that one though to even count up at a ball and a strike. Wilkinson over 2 today with a strikeout. Down Broadway for strike 2. Outside, Wilkinson doesn't chase it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouled over the press box. We'll have another 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and down goes Wilkinson, his second strikeout of the game.
At bat,
And
the
the
first
first
baseman, number 20,
punch out for Drew Schock. Keberly now in the box for Lewis and Clark. High in the zone, he catches enough of it for strike 1. 2 on and 2 out here in the top half of the 5th. That one high and deep to left field. Brandon goes back, makes the catch over the shoulder for out number 3. Great play by Jake Brandon in left field to record the 3rd out and retire the Tigers here in the 5th. We go to the 6th. We go to the bottom half of the 5th, excuse me. Bombers with a 9-run lead. Ravel, Brandon, and Castro due up when we come back.
Leading off for the Bombers in the bottom of the 5th, the first baseman, 26, Michael Ravel.
Welcome back to Bomber Field. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Michael Ravel leading things off for the Richland Bombers. Bombers holding a 9-run lead. Olsen still on the mound for the Tigers. Breaking ball away for ball 1. Mentioned these two teams faced off in the District 8 back then, now District 6 tournament here in 2023. Bombers taking that by a score of 13-3. Tigers and Bombers have faced off twice in the state playoffs. Tigers have ever only advanced to the first round of state 6 times, and twice they have faced the Richland Bombers, first back in 1977 and more recently in 2010. Ravel takes 4 straight balls from Olsen to lead the inning off for the walk.
At bat, 24, Jacob Brandon.
Brandon now in the box for the Bombers. 1977, the Bombers won that one by a score of 4-2. And in 2010, the Bombers won by a score of 10-3. Tigers trying to get back to the state tournament for the first time since 2014. Bombers trying to break the tie with Newport for the most state championships in the state of Washington with 6. Brandon left field to Walden. He makes the catch for out number 1.
At bat, the center fielder, number 6, Caden Castro.
Courtesy runner in for Michael Ravel. Might be a pinch runner. I'm not sure if Ravel is going to come throw in the top of the sixth.
Elfering the runner at first.
At any rate, Dracing Elfering at first for Ravel. Castro right down the first base line, that right of the bag for a foul ball and strike one. One-on-one here to Castro. Hits Castro on the foot. He will take first. A pinch hitter here for the Bombers. Number 8, Jaron Lee.
At bat, pitch hitting, number 8, Jaron Lee.
One gets behind Bozo. Attempted to take third is Elfring. He's in there, and that goes behind to third base. And Elfring will score the 12th and final run of the ball game for the Bombers. So this quarterfinal matchup ends in a 12-2 decision in favor of the Richland Bombers on the error and the pass ball by Bozo.
As a result of winning this morning's contest, the Richland Bombers will face the winner of the Chiawana-Gonzaga Prep contest. That game, first pitch is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Thanks for coming out and supporting Bomber Baseball. Please drive carefully.
Bombers win the first game of the 2025 playoffs, their 2025 title defense campaign, by a score of 12-2 over the Lewis and Clark Tigers. Bombers' 15th win of the year, and the Tigers fall to 7-14. And they will face the loser of the Chiawana-Gonzaga Prep game, that being played at Gonzaga Prep at 1 o'clock, first pitch. And the Bombers will face the winner of that matchup against Chiawana and G Prep on Tuesday. So again, Bombers win, 12 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Lewis and Clark, 2 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. Thank you for joining us here on Atomic TV for the opening round game, the quarterfinal game of the District 6 baseball tournament. We'll have playoff games here for you in softball, baseball, and soccer all throughout the spring season right here on Atomic TV. Next up, it's the Bomber boys facing the Pasco Bulldogs in the District 6 semifinal at Bomber Field. Kickoff at 1 o'clock. You can catch that one right here on Atomic TV. Have a great weekend, folks. And as always, go Bombers.